since this is going to be the highlight of my day, I want to see Shealyn better. So I'm cleaning my glasses.
Oh, good, good. Hopefully,
Oh boy.
look good on
Oh
camera.
boy.
We'll see.
Your stock just went up 10 times, Shealyn. How's my buddy Nino doing, all right?
A madman as usual, but yes, he's good.
Once we get done with this, we're going to talk about, breakfast pizza or brunch pizza, which we started, which I think is awesome. But I don't want you talking stuff about me. I already was told I can't curse, which is very disturbing. So
Are you going to put pineapple on your brunch pizza? I think that's what Nino. Yeah. Okay, Nino's going to be very upset. But
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I use is pineapple. As a matter of fact, I use pineapple as like a sauce. It's so wonderful. But
on
anyway,
every pie. Okay, yeah.
That's your husband. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get started. We're gonna do a couple of brunch pizzas. We'll see how they come out and go from there. I'm Mark or Marco of Marco's Coal Fired Pizza in I think, where am I? Denver, Colorado. Yeah, I'm still here. So I got a couple of stores. Been around for about 13 years. Absolutely love the business. Just really, it's a unique place where, we get together and we meet each other. And I met you a number of years ago in Vegas, and here we are still talking and hanging out. And it's just a great business because, we help each other, we get along, and it's, I couldn't ask for more. So anyway, I'm going to get started, and we're going to make some brunch pizza. And Shealyn, anything you need, jump right in. All right.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see what you came up with.
I can't either. I can't find nothing I started using. Okay.
I mean, yeah, breakfast pizza for me is just cold pizza, so you're already ahead of me there. Breakfast pizza to me is just like a cold slice of pizza, so you're already fancier than me because you're making an actual breakfast pizza.
I'm so fancy.
Fancy boy. Yes, of course.
Okay.
So you do Neapolitan style, right?
Yes.
That's your jam.
I do all Neapolitan style. We have a couple of different brunch items we use, but I love the pizza. It was funny because one a really funny story is we used to do this thing, Meet the Masters, years ago, where when everybody was going to Vegas, I would get everybody to stop here. So we would have Antimo Caputo stop, and Fred and Carlo and Roberto, and everybody would stay at the house and we'd have a party. But I'll never forget, I had Antimo here and I was trying to convince him to have one of my brunch pizzas. And all he did was, he's Antimo. Gotta love the guy.
He wouldn't try it at all?
Wouldn't try it. Finally, I got him to try it and he ordered another one.
Of course. That's most things with pizza. People are anti it until they try it, and then it's their new favorite thing. So
I think what I'm going to do is what I would call the Roma. So on the Roma, it's basically what I'm going to use: chow tomatoes, which are an Italian plum tomato. So we're going to do some fresh garlic.
Yum. Garlic's very good for you.
I'm going to do some oregano. And again, what I find with Neapolitan is you don't go crazy, whatever.
You're making a mess already? Come on, get it together.
It's great. My wife's going to love this shit. Anyway.
Where's your apron? Come on. Nobody wears aprons, I know. I don't either. Yes, of course.
This, right? I could get an apron. Anyway, I'm not going to use an apron. So what we got is garlic. We got some garlic. And what I find, obviously, like you guys know, is balance. I'm going to do a little pecorino. Mm-hmm. And then we give it a general heaping of olive oil. And I'm pretty generous with the olive oil on this, as opposed to my normal Neapolitan pizzas, which all take olive oil for the most part. But this I'm a little more generous because that's really part of the flavor profile. And the Old Italia I use for frying, I use for finishing. It's another product that I just find pretty awesome. I met those guys, they were just getting going 4 or 5 years ago, and they've done a really good product.
I'm wondering how this is going to be a brunch pizza though. Are you going to add an egg or something at the end?
Yeah.
Nino puts an egg on I'm not a huge egg eater because I didn't grow up eating eggs. So Nino now literally puts an egg on everything that he gives me.
Probably just to piss you off.
Of course.
As a matter of fact, he called me last week and said, you know, I've been pissing Shealyn off by putting eggs on her pizza.
That wouldn't surprise me. You know, we both we're like what do they call them, mortal enemies. You know, you just love each other but live to, you know, make each other incredibly happy.
Live to torture each other. All right, so I'm going over there and I'll see you in a minute. So I'm putting the pizza in the oven and I'm letting it cook.
I'm very excited.
Okay.
I'll just be here. So, I can eat my slice while you
really quick, guys. I'll show you this. So I cook it. It's about 80% cooked, right? But I put it down in the front of the oven.
Oh.
And I'm actually going to add
that was really quick. The cook time was what, like a minute?
So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish it a little bit in the oven. So it's going to have a little glaze on top. So it's going to be like over easy.
I love it.
Eggs over easy. Watch this.
I know I said I don't like eggs. When I do like eggs, I take them over easy. So at least that's good. You can pop them. The yolk is usually.
Well, we got that going for us.
Yes.
So we got that going for us.
So far, so good.
Oh yeah.
Nino would love that egg pizza. That's what he dreams of.
Here's the finished product.
Ooh la la. Very nice.
It goes on the plate. And then, you know what? There's still that whole thing. Do you leave? I sort of like to leave the egg whole because this way when people pop it, it's part of the experience.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can tell, but where all the eggs are, I'm going to sort of leave them whole.
Okay.
And I'm going to cut them. And then it really becomes, you know, part of the experience. So when you go to eat it, you can make a whole big deal out of it. And, you know, then we have a fork anywhere. Well, I don't have a fork right now. But so let's make believe this is a fork. All right. So I'm eating my salad and then I go, oh. And so I could break that and it really is pretty cool.
Yes, right? I love it. You have to leave it. You have to let the guests break it themselves. That's part of it.
I mean, yeah, it's really all part of the experience. So, I mean, that's been great brunch pizza. People really like it. And, you know, that really gives you, like I said, you know, you get the taste of the tomatoes. You get the taste of the oil. Obviously, the Caputo flour is off the charts. So what I love to do is my thing with Neapolitan pizza, and again, people are way more knowledgeable than me. There's amazing people out there. But to me, it's just putting great products, keeping it simple. Mm-hmm. And you take a great Caputo flour and the chow tomatoes and the olive oil, the Old Italia, and you know, which I consider the best products in the world. People are always trying to get me to change, and they come in here and they leave me free shit, and you know, I'm like, first of all, we go back, you know, from the beginning for me, but more importantly, their products are the best. So anyway, that is pizza number one.
I love it. Is that the one you gave Antimo that he wouldn't try it first, or is that a different French pizza?
No, the next one is.
Okay. I feel like he would try this one. I don't know. Maybe you can.
Well, he might have tried it. I don't really remember, but I know that the next one is the one I gave him to try.
What's in that bottle? It's probably not water. Come on.
Look, I learned from the best.
Sam, you know what's in my cup?
I'm not mentioning who, but I learned from the best.
Let me guess.
I think you and I could figure that one out. All right. So let's get started with another one.
Ready. Yeah, that's something Nino and I bonded. I mean, just kind of being like the troublemakers of the Pizza Expo, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Which you fit in that category as well.
The troublemakers of wherever you go.
Well, yes.
Like,
and naturally we just connected.
listen, everybody likes a bad boy and a bad girl, right? Like, you always go, how'd that guy get that girl? She's so hot and he's so ugly. Like, am I talking about?
I'm gonna tell him you're talking about him.
No, I didn't mean
no,
you.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm saying in general. And
yes.
then you say, the same thing reversed. It's always like the bad boys, right? I mean, like very sweet, nice, soft-spoken guys like myself. I don't get shit. But I did get my wife, who was amazing.
Yes.
She's like,
which is amazing. I mean, she deals with your banter. So
30 years in there. I would have killed me, not even thrown me out.
Congratulations.
So, yeah.
30 years.
But anyway, she's amazing, and she does like really amazing things in the business.
There's so much that goes into any pizzeria, a lot of behind the scenes, So
well, it's what people don't get, like how much work it takes to make these things operate. And I don't mean just making the food. I mean the social media and the bills and the deals and just, I mean, thank God for my wife. She's amazing. My daughter does our social media. So, my son works. Nice. So we got a really nice family business.
I love that.
Like I said, it's, they always say I'm just a pretty face. They just shove me out to the audience. And I go, hey, how you doing?
That's Nino too. Nino's the pretty face that we put out there. I'm the one in the back, I got no idea what I'm talking about, but it sounds good. It does.
Anyway.
Isn't that all that matters?
What are we doing next?
You tell me. Your brunch pizza.
Okay. Brunch pizza, right. So I'm just having too good a time with Shealyn.
No.
We are going to do... You have that effect on people.
I hope so. I try,
No, you succeed. I told you that. You keep forgetting that.
Also, vodka helps if you're drinking
instead of saying I try, you got to keep saying, oh, no, I succeed.
I'll be like,
So anyway, that was a little bit of olive oil. Okay. And then we're going to do a little bit of basil on this one. And try to make it look pretty. Again,
basil
I'm going to use the
make every pizza look better. Basil,
absolutely.
Whenever I mess up a pizza, I'm like, I'll put some basil on it, and then it looks way more photogenic. So
right, exactly.
Tip.
You could always make it look a little more photogenic. So I started with a little bit of the olive oil. The Leone mozzarella is also pretty amazing. They do a great little pizza recipe for it, so it doesn't get things too soggy, which I really love. All right. So the next thing on this pizza, what we're going to do is we're going to do some cubed potatoes.
Ooh.
All right. A little, potato. Potatoes are a really big deal in Italy as far as pizza goes, and they don't really. I mean, I would have hot dog and French fry pizza there. Crazy.
I know. I can't believe that that's an Italian thing. I thought that would definitely be an American thing.
No question about it, and it's so much more of an Italian thing. Wow. All right. So. We're gonna do some potatoes, and then this is really I love this. So we're gonna do a little fried pancetta.
Ooh.
So I love the little fried pancetta because it's not only for the flavor but for the texture, right? You get that crunch. It's really good.
Yes, I don't like floppy bacon, so I don't like soggy pancetta either.
Right. And so for the health freak in you, I'm doing asparagus.
You gotta have some green. I mean, but basil was enough green though. That's like a salad to me already.
So this combination we came up with, and people really love the combination. So we kept it.
You love asparagus.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I do too.
Oh.
So we'll finish it with a little bit of pecorino. And put this here for a minute. I'll give it a little bit more olive oil on top, not too much because I don't want to make it too oily. I got an oil bottom to it, an oil base.
Yeah, because if it's too oily, right, it'll just be soggy and stick in the oven, right?
Exactly right.
Gotcha. I struggle with Neapolitan pizza or just cooking it properly in our outdoor oven. We have a wood-fired oven in the front yard. And that like stresses me out. I'm fine with electric, and just normal deck ovens, but I don't know, something about wood fire really intimidates me.
Well, you know what? It's the wood that's going, and it's also not as forgiving.
Yes,
right?
for sure.
It's not as forgiving an electric oven because when you burn something on a wood oven, you know it's burnt.
Oh yeah.
So with the electric oven, you have a little bit more of a cushion. So anyway, here we go with this, and I'll show you how this works.
Into the oven it goes.
All right, so again, you could see I just about cooked that most of the way. I'm gonna put it right here.
Let me see what you got. Are you putting eggs on it?
Yeah, could you see that?
I just sensed it. I can sense when eggs are.
How about now? Can you see the eggs?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
look amazing. Eggs on pizza, yes.
Good job, Shealyn. Good job, Shealyn. And now I'm just going to finish it up. Pizza's pretty much cooked. And now I'm just going to, and again.
Oh, very nice.
All right. So
yes.
you got the asparagus. You could see the
what you got? Pancetta, you got basil,
yes, the pancetta. You know how you get old, you get sometimes disease. Sometimes you remember, sometimes you forget. But anyway, I got the pancetta, I got the asparagus, the potatoes, the mozzarella, and the eggs.
Looks amazing. That looks like my kind of French pizza. Looks
so
beautiful.
Again, now what I'm going to do is our guest cut it. Okay. I'm going to cut it up. And I'm going to let the guest sort of see it. And really, it's just it's unique, it's pretty, and it's delicious. I love pizza with eggs. So I got a few more that I do. I think we're going to do those for today. I do about 5 or 6 different ones when it comes to brunch. And really, I mean, they're all pretty unique. I use arugula on some of them. I do like a ham and a ham and cheese and sort of a breakfasty thing.
Yeah, I've worked. That's the one thing about brunch. I love going, but hated working it as a waitress for years because you get there, you're hungover. Most likely, you have to wait on people who are very demanding.
Well, you're hungover. That's when you got to order an extra shot when you're going to the table.
Oh yes. Well, at least we had bottomless mimosas where I was a waitress, and so just go into our coffee cups.
I mean, they're bottomless. That's right.
But we did have a delicious brunch pizza there as well. So
cool.
I would eat it. And that had tater tots on it and ham and cheese. I don't know if you do one like that.
Yeah, I do. I do a ham and cheese one. One I add a little Vidalia onions, a little peppers too, and so it's pretty good.
So, like I was saying earlier, I love cold pizza, to be honest. I guess it depends on the type of pizza, because to me, I probably wouldn't eat a cold Neapolitan pizza. I'd want to reheat that. And Mark, what's your favorite way to reheat pizza? I'm always asking people because I feel like everyone has kind of their own little way.
I mean, I just did that last night, and I brought home, a Neapolitan pizza for myself. And what I usually do is, I do a par bake. I tell people to do a par bake. So I do about 80%, and you don't cut it. And then when I bring it home, I set the oven to 500, gets to temp. 6 minutes later, 5 minutes later, it's great. It really is.
I always recommend that to people. Yeah, if they're not going to eat it right away, like we had a party the other day for Nino's birthday, and we got some pizzas from his pizzeria at Williamsburg Pizza, and I thought, let's just have them arrive unsliced. It's so easy to just throw the whole thing in the oven as opposed to heating slice by slice, We did have a lot of leftovers, well, somewhat. I think Nino was giving away pizza at some point, like whole pizzas, which is fine normally, but then I woke up at about 4 a.m. and I was like, what? I was fantasizing about this leftover pizza I was going to get, and it wasn't there.
Wait, stop. Stop. What is the fantasizing part? Let's go back. That was
like,
like,
you know, when you're in bed and you're just like, you know, somewhat hungover from maybe drinking too much sangria, and you're like, oh, what will make this better? Like a real greasy pizza. You know, to me, like the best
exactly. That makes sense.
hangover remedy is any just greasy food, you know, like give it to me. And I thought, oh, okay, you know, there's going to be so much left over. I way over ordered. And no, my husband had given it all away, you know. Woe is me, I know. But we also have an oven upstairs, which I could easily go make it. But I don't know, food tastes better when someone else makes it, in my opinion. Like I will order,
especially when you're hungover.
Yes, like that's what, you know, usually I probably won't even reheat the slice. I'll literally just get it out of the fridge and eat it. You know, and you know, like, can you heat me up slices? I'm like, no, I'm not even heating it up for myself. No.
Well, it's amazing how many people I talk to that they say, excuse me, I love cold pizza for breakfast. Is that the craziest thing? I mean, you know.
I mean, they say it's healthier
really,
than cereal. That's the whole thing going around right now, is that like.
The only thing that sort of throws me a little bit, and I don't know, people say, oh, I love a piece of pizza and a glass of milk. I don't really get
gosh,
that too much.
no. So many people have been sending me that they're dipping the pizza, and no, just stop. Like,
no, yeah.
Pizza to me should go with wine or beer or soda if you don't drink, you know, but milk should never be an option.
Yeah, I mean, where does milk come into pizza? I don't understand it.
Milk should only be involved because it's in cheese, you know, like that's the only part. It should
that's
never
where the milk
be
comes from.
Like, do not pour me a glass of milk. Not only am I allergic to milk, which yeah, I know makes no sense because I eat endless cheese, whatever. But gross. Like, who wants it? That goes back to the old, like, having a warm glass of milk to put you to sleep. Like, no, it's just weird. I can't handle it.
As opposed to a warm glass of bourbon.
that puts you to bed, or keeps you awake, depending how big of the glass you poured. But do you wrap your pizza in foil, or do you do like saran wrap, or do you put it in the box in the fridge? I doubt you do that.
I usually, because of the Neapolitan deal, I usually put it like with a clamshell or back in the regular box.
So this is just a plain cold slice, which, you know, oh, good. I'd eat it.
That is like, let me see that again. That thing is huge. That's like the
I'm
size
in
of
New
my
York.
pie.
Hello.
So, look at the size of that thing.
New York.
It's like a $22 slice.
I think it was $3 actually. So in New York, the cheese slice, it's weird. New Yorkers do not want to pay a lot for pizza. And it should always be the price of one swipe on the subway. That's like the old thing, you know?
Nobody wants to pay a lot for pizza.
Well, yes, of course, but you can see people in California, anything selling a slice for like $5. I can't believe it.
Right.
Here,
That's
in
true.
like the most expensive place, people will argue with you about charging even $3. Like, it blows my mind. But this kind of pizza, I would just eat it cold. But I also have this leftover Sicilian that Nino made last night, which I did reheat.
Did Nino make that? Let me see.
Of course, he's like the bread man.
Let me see the side.
I'm like, this looks good.
Gorgeous.
And a good cook underneath. That was on the reheat. But Sicilian, I would usually reheat just to kind of like soften it up again, you know, that way you don't bite into it and the whole cheese comes off. Like, that's no fun for anyone.
That Sicilian slice, I can hardly.
I
might fly out tonight and have it. Oh boy, that looks just so good.
I have the luxury, you know, of being married to a world pizza champ who makes me this pizza at home. But you know, if you don't happen to, you know, be in the same boat as me, you can order it, you know, from Williamsburg Pizza. They're partnering actually for this whole thing, because I know people watching are going to want to eat pizza, right? So why not order it, even if you need to order a lot? Proceeds from all the pizza you order, $1 of it goes to Slice Out Hunger, which is an incredible charity that
well, this is part of the New York City pizza festival. So, and first of all, you know, the pizzeria, you know, all the pizzerias owner, Scott Wiener, who's an amazing guy for our business. He really just does so much, you know, behind the scenes, and he's a charitable guy. I mean, you know, hunger is really a big deal in this country. I mean, we don't realize it, but, you know, you were seeing lines in Texas and in all going to the food bank during this thing. There's more kids going hungry, and we're all worried about, what kind of car we're going to have on vacation. So all these poor kids, I mean, nothing makes me happier than, helping a kid, right? I mean, nothing really helping some kid out, especially with some food, right?
Yeah.
So with this, Slice Out for Hunger deal, I mean, you guys don't, everybody out there, just support your local pizzeria, get the Pitts Pizza, and you could be supporting the same thing, and it's not a nickel out of anybody's pockets, and you can feel great about yourself, and even better when you're eating that great pizza, right?
Yeah, and order a lot of it because you can reheat it the next day. You don't have to eat it all in one jab, So we have, of course, an actual pizza oven upstairs, but for people that don't have that, it's really easy to just, like you were saying, pop it in your normal oven. You said 500 degrees. I feel like I do like 350 to 400. Yeah,
400, is all right. With the Neapolitan, I do it a little bit higher sometimes just to get it going a little faster. But
and do you do it directly on the rack or on like a cookie sheet or foil?
Either way, I usually do a cookie sheet.
Yeah,
I usually do. It's easier. I mean, I can do it either way, but I don't mind doing a cookie sheet because it just makes it easier to
and you won't
pop it out of the oven and cut it.
It won't be a mess, hopefully. Like that's the thing people have to take into consideration. Like I'll put, a normal cheese slice, a New York slice, because normally it's not overly cheesy, right on the rack. But if you have like some, I don't know, crazy toppings going on, you should probably put it on foil or your oven is going to be a mess. And whoever cleans it is going to be very upset. Me, I clean it. So there's also always this that I have that you can heat up a slice with. My hair is highly, you can tell I'm married to Nino Caniglio, right? So
no question
my hair is so flammable. I'm going to just, show people that way. Can you see that? Okay, that's enough. Okay, I would do it. I would heat the slice, but
get the fire extinguisher out from the other side there, Shealyn.
You would think I would have those all over my home being married to Nino, but we only have one, actually. It's next door.
I actually thought you had a fire truck sitting outside of your house.
We should. Just like a giant hose.
I thought like the borough of Brooklyn said, no, this guy gets his own fire truck.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody ever called on our oven that we have outside. Not that it's really a danger, but it lets off a lot of smoke. So I thought if somebody saw this from down the street and didn't realize it's a pizza oven, they would think it's on fire, But if the firemen did show up, we'd just make them some pizza, and
they're fine. You know what? That's the beauty of pizza. Everybody loves pizza, and
it's a currency. It really is.
I could buy anybody off.
Yeah, no, it works. Right? But people also don't realize how I don't know how much work goes into pizza. They think, oh, it's so simple. Pizzas. It's like, no, it is actually, a real process of making the dough, letting it ferment. A lot of time and effort goes into it. And people, especially for events, would reach out to us like, oh, can you make us, show up tomorrow and make it? I'm like, no, you didn't tell us in time to make dough. Granted, we could make it, and it would just be under fermented, but.
Right. Well, it's interesting because like you say that, and then I've known plenty of, chefs. I mean, people that I really like, I can make pizza. And then it just doesn't happen. It's a completely different world. The fermenting time and the different doughs and the different flavors you want to get. And, people really don't get the simplicity of it. They got to overcomplicate it, right? So, and then other things need to be more complicated as far as, the making of Sicilian, for instance, and how long the cold rice should be and the regular rice. So you got to have some idea of what you're doing when it comes to pizza.
And I mean, that's what's so great about what we're doing right now with this New York Pizza Festival home edition. Like you're literally sharing your secrets with everybody, and helping each other out. It's great to see you. You're far away. I don't know when I can get back out to Denver. And it's just a good way to connect everybody and make us feel almost like it's normal again,
Doing this virtual New York Pizza Festival is awesome because the only thing I can't do is give you a big hug. But, all the calmer and we're going to all be together. And, you get, not that I'm a virtual guy or anything, but you got all little pictures and I could wave to people and see people. I just turned 66 myself. I know I only look like 38, but
yes, I was gonna say 35. Yeah, okay. 38.
Getting so cute. I bet you can't wait till tomorrow. You know why?
Why?
Because you get better looking every day. So there you go.
a really good line. I've actually never.
I just came up with that. I never
That's
used that.
beautiful. You're natural.
Yes, I am.
Definitely.
Anyway, my dear, I have got to get ready for dinner.
Yes.
And I have
Get to work.
loved
What are you
hanging
doing?
out with
Come on.
you. Yeah.
The pleasure was all mine.
I got to go make the donuts or dough, I should say.
Yeah, right? Got to make the donuts. Well, it was a pleasure. Great talking to you. Great seeing you.
Always great seeing you, talking to you. Give Nino a big kiss for me. Goodbye, my dear.
Bye.
Great to see you. See you soon.
Bye.